And just like that, it's a wrap. Gen V Season 2 is officially behind us with this finale that dropped today. I really wanted to get y'all predictions video out yesterday, but work cooked me. Unfortunately, y'all could not get that. But a lot of things that I thought would come to pass actually came to pass. I lied. I didn't even have that many predictions for it. Outside of Godolkin injecting himself with Compound V1, himself some powers before he got deep fried. I didn't really have too many strong predictions outside of that. I did think we were going to get another Homelander cameo in this one, which we technically did via phone. I for damn sure did not predict Thomas Godolkin to go out the way he did in this episode. Oh my god. What a trash character, human being, all of the above. This finale episode as a whole just didn't really land for me like that. Like the first 6 episodes were really good up until we got to the 6 episodes ending. But after that moment, shit kind of nosedived, not gonna lie. But we do have some great setup for the final season of The Boys with the end of this season of Gen V. We do get some good information in this episode, so there are some things to talk about leading into that new season of The Boys. I don't know if we gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet. I'm tired if you couldn't tell, but I gotta get y'all this content anyway. So y'all already know what y'all gotta do before I get to y'all. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Do all those things. Let's talk about Gen V's Season 2 finale. First, I want to talk about how Thomas Godolkin ended up getting his powers to begin with. As I said earlier on in the video, my boy Thomas was dead to rights. We all know. But luckily, he found a vial of Compound V. Not just Compound V, Compound V1. Oh, that was not edited earlier in the video. I did mean Compound V1. It's a new variant of Compound V that we find out from Dawg in this episode. Basically enables whoever injects themselves with it to not only get superpowers, but to also preserve their youth. Which is why when Marie used her blood manipulation to bring Thomas Godolkin back to life, he didn't look all old and decrepit. He looked like Thomas Godolkin pre-broiling. That's important because we also know that Soldier Boy had some of this Compound V1 in him as well. We can assume Stormfront had the same thing because both of them are around for Lord knows how long we're able to preserve their youth. Now, we know Homelander does not have this because we remember from the last season or in season 3, he started to see gray hair. Which is an interesting thing that they decided to throw in here. I'm not sure if this is in the original The Boys series. I kind of doubt it. So it's just something cool that they did. You know, I respect that out of that. That said, though, outside of this revelation and Thomas Godolkin going on to do what he would do later on in the episode, controlling the kids, having them do a little fight club at God U, which was entertaining. It was cool to see him flex his power a little bit. But that was literally it. Like, heavy on a little bit. He does not do much after this. Bree now understanding that she is in fact not the chosen one. Or at least not to the extent that she first thought she was after getting gassed up by the whole cast. Advises a plan with the gang alongside some other students at God U to get the drop on Thomas Godolkin, catching them off guard, and she ends up being able to kill this man. Not before he's able to control her though, which confused me a little bit because Doug, who was Cypher at a point in time, but is now Doug, told us that he wouldn't be able to control Marie or Homelander with his powers because Odessa is just oh so great. Then we see in this episode that he was able to control Marie. But why even have Doug say that? I mean, Doug literally dies earlier on in the episode anyway, so he doesn't have an incentive to lie about this. I guess we can assume that Thomas Godolkin just didn't let Doug know this certain set of information. Which would make sense. He sees Doug as lesser. We already know how he views lesser soups. I don't even know if Doug is a soup. I think he's just a regular guy. Which in this world, I'd probably rather be a regular guy than having Compound V running through my veins. I know we seen what happened to Ashley at the end of season 4 of The Boys. I'm good off all that shit. Anyway, though, that aside, Thomas Godolkin went out so sorry in this episode. And it's crazy because all this could have been avoided if he just listened to Sister Sage. Yet another white man being done in because they did not listen to Sister Sage's instruction. Well, that was almost Homelander by the end of season 4 of The Boys. Luckily, Sage had a backup plan for his ass and ended up making him the pseudo-president of the United States. Now, she was about to be set having Homelander and Thomas Godolkin eating out her back pocket, essentially. The problem with both of these two characters is that their egos are entirely too large. And I do think that what happened to Thomas Godolkin is a foreshadowing of what is going to happen to Homelander most definitely by the end of season 5 of The Boys. Especially after some comments that I've seen that apparently Marie is going to play a big part in The Boys season 5 when it comes to taking out Homelander from Eric Kripke himself. I don't know if these comments are valid, but based on how this season of Gen V ended, it does make sense that we are going in this direction. Now, obviously, I think Bush is going to be the one to take down Homelander. There's just too much history between the two characters. But there's also history between Marie and Homelander being the only survivors of the Odessa project. So it's going to be interesting to see how the showrunners handle that when season 5 of The Boys comes out. It's a situation like what happens in this episode, how Polarity has to come in and save Marie from being controlled by Godolkin, which, by the way, Polarity gotta get MVP of this season. Maybe not MVP. MVP does probably go to Marie, even though she has some bonehead decisions in the last episode. She was cooking all season. I mean, she brought her sister back from the dead for crying out loud. And she did save Polarity from death, allowing him to get his full abilities back to save her in this episode. So she is the MVP. I gotta give her that credit. Yeah, Thomas Godolkin came and went. Shit was very underwhelming to say the least. Literally just had to listen to Sage, man. I mean, she was the one that created the plan to bait Marie into bringing your body back in pristine condition. But okay, I guess she's just here to be here. I've been noticing that a lot, man. Black women on these TV shows getting undercredited, undervalued in the positions that they rightfully earn. I'm watching Reasonable Doubt right now. Shout out to y'all who watch Reasonable Doubt. And Jax has been getting that treatment for all 3 seasons of the show. We see Sister Sage has been getting the same treatment as well. So just an observation. Shout out to Sister Sage's character. I did like her inclusion in this season a lot. Thomas Godolkin is taken out. We got the group leaving God You, leaving Polarity behind, saying he got some unfinished business here, and saying that he's going to learn how to live without Andre. Doesn't know how he's going to do it, but he knows that he has to. He cannot give up on himself like that. And I just love the love that Andre was getting in this episode. Shout out to Chance Perdomo. Rest in peace once again. There's one thing this season did well, in my opinion, is showing love to this beloved actor and their castmate. Love the scene in the car between Doug and Polarity where they're bigging up Andre, talking about how he managed to piss in one of his professor's coffees and how he believes he's the best soup of all time. A good moment between 2 characters that have had nothing but animosity towards each other throughout the entirety of the season. Obviously, that wasn't Doug, it was Godolkin, but y'all get what I'm saying. Not gonna lie, him getting stabbed through the ceiling of the car through the chest, I was not expecting that. Shout out to Black Noir. Was good seeing him in this season. Did not expect his appearance at all. But you gotta expect the unexpected in this universe, right? Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing more Polarity's character. Hopefully we get some scenes from him in The Boys season 5. Because his character definitely moved me a lot this season. In the episode with the group reconciling about 30 miles outside campus. How do I know this? Because Starlight pulled up on them and said they're about 30 miles off campus. That they weren't hard to find. Before Starlight pulls up, we gotta establish Jordan and Marie did break up earlier on in the episode, which was another prediction that I had. Jordan deserves better, period. After what Marie did in the last episode, that was a done deal. I had no doubt that they was wraps after that. Still good friends though, nonetheless. We also got Marie and Annabeth reconciling by the end of this episode as well, which I felt like we needed some more time to really develop their relationship from all that they went through in their childhood, what they're experiencing right now, but I guess we just didn't have the time for that. It is what it is. I feel like it was kind of cheap, but I mean, they did have moments in the season, so I can't say that this came up from out of nowhere. I'm gonna kiss old dude by the end of the season, so I'm guessing her and Sam are just gonna be platonic going forward, which I'm not really mad at either. Marie gave Kara powers back, which allowed them to get into that one seminar that Godolkin was holding towards the end of the episode. Anyway, Starlight shows up and A-Train, and they talking about, do y'all want to join the Resistance? So we got a Resistance going on going into The Boys season 5. Did I mention A-Train pulled up? My nigga A-Train is not on my bucket list of cameos to pull up in this season, but I love seeing the boy. I thought that boy ran to Australia how he left at the end of season 4, but he's back. He's ready for smoke in season 5 along with this new Resistance that we're building. Looking forward to seeing potential other members. We know by the end of The Boys season 4 that all of the boys got picked up except for Starlight. A-Train's a great addition, but I'm curious to see who else they got. Maybe Maeve comes back. Maybe Ashley is their intel network. I don't know. But this end part of the episode definitely got me more hyped than anything else that happened in this episode. Not gonna hold you. Thomas Godolkin, what a wasted character. Bring him back just for him to be like Cypher, who we've already seen for the past 6 episodes of the series, really did the series no favors in my opinion. He just gave us something to do by the end of episode 8. I'm curious to see what's going to come of God You after this. We know that Thomas Godolkin decided to go live, so people knew that he was alive. Now he's dead. Under Homelander's regime, they're probably just going to look past it, not really care too much. I mean, he's dead now, so he's not impacting Homelander in any way. But I would have liked to see Homelander's reaction to seeing Thomas Godolkin getting on live like that. I think that was a missed opportunity. They couldn't get Anthony Starr. I don't know. Just some thoughts on mine. Overall, man, this season had some highs, but I would say season 1 was better, not gonna lie. I just feel like the Odessa plot really didn't get much traction in this season, whereas we're probably gonna learn a lot more about it come next season, where we have Homelander, who is also an Odessa baby. And we know Marie is also gonna be a part of that season 2, so we're definitely gonna get an expansion on Odessa going into The Boys season 5. And that's that. It's not really nothing else special to Odessa after that. Cypher was a very interesting character. Unfortunately, they turned him into Thomas Godolkin. Some of the subplots were cool. I think that the character arcs of Emma, Sam, Polarity in particular were very good this season. I like how Jordan's character ended the season. Annabeth's introduction to the story was okay. Kate's redemption arc was good to see. And Marie was doing really good until the last couple episodes of the season, but she did make up for it in this one. I can't lie. So overall, was an okay season. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10. I don't know, them last 2 episodes just threw me off. Like, we could have got so much better content in out this season. I'm trusting that The Boys season 5 is going to be all the payoff that we're looking for. Y'all let me know in the comments, what did y'all think of Gen V season 2 overall? What y'all think about the finale episode? What y'all think about Thomas Godolkin, bro? Like, he was just here and then he wasn't. How do y'all think the events of this episode go play into the bigger story that is The Boys season 5? Leave all your thoughts in the comments. I've been Jose Salvo. We've been entertained, and we go talk soon. Peace, y'all.